Baker is trying hard to put his life and marriage back together, whilst Poncherello investigates a multi-million-dollar heist on Chips later at 8 p.m. But first, it's the Thamesmen.
Sitting in the back seat, hugging and kissing with Fred. I said, why don't one of you come up and sit beside me? And this is what...
Well, you're so fucking rude. Hello.
Oh dear. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alex, and I am a Thamesman in Colorado.
I'm George. I'm a Thamesman, and I am in, where am I? Los Angeles. And it's not on fire today, so that's
I
good.
know, God. Yeah, I'm sorry about all that. Anyway, but the reason why I said I'm rude, just before it starts, there's a countdown, and we just throw insults at each other, basically. I mean, like...
Yeah, well, why not? The more we insult each other, the more we love each other, isn't it? You know? So...
People say Australians are not funny.
Who said that exactly? I think Australians...
You did.
You get me murdered at that point.
You would. Australians are some... I think Australians are in the... Well, there's Australians and then there are Liverpudlians. They are the funniest of them all, I think.
Natural comedic timing and style and like a devil may care attitude, I think, isn't it?
Absolutely. You know? They say Americans aren't funny. I'm in America. They're not particularly funny. There are funny Americans, as in like Will Ferrell, obviously. You know, obviously
outliers. Yeah.
But when it comes down to just like taking an insult on the chin, right, and just like and with good banter, it's just like the Americans they get too offended.
But okay, I think it's only because of our cultural sensibility where we have a history of this sort of self-depreciating humor where we sort of like we sort of like, I don't know, build people up, pull them down, or we do that kind of humor that the Americans find other Americans very funny. And so it's just, I think we come from a different culture where we don't always blend in with their style of humor. I think, if you went to China and you heard a really good Chinese joke, you'd probably go, yeah, I don't know.
They're just
think about the
angry.
ducks. Isn't good,
Yeah, don't eat that. Wait for the bill. The Chinese aren't. The Chinese aren't funny. They're just fucking angry. That's a problem with them.
Oh,
right?
talk about angry. Did you ever see that?
I was going to say we're going to, but the first day in America, I remember when I was working over here, and then someone asked a stupid question, and I said, "Shut up, you knob jockey." Right? Straight to HR. No sense, no fucking humour.
Yeah, I think HR, you're the HR's biggest nightmare.
Honestly. I am a fucking nightmare for HR. There was a guy called, I'm not going to mention his name, but he was his mum was Jewish and his dad was a black guy from somewhere. Anyway, so I allowed him half day for Hanukkah and half day for MLK. I got sent to HR and he had to have both days. And it's just like, well, you're only fucking half Jewish. What do you want, morning or afternoon? You see, you would find that funny. He didn't. He went straight to fucking HR. Off I went again to HR.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's a great plan, that is. You do your genealogy. Okay, I'm 1/3 Spanish. Okay, I need a siesta. And
they just know. And also when I was working, and I told you about this one. It was when I was working for that game company, and I had to introduce myself. Did I tell you about this one?
I think you did. Yeah.
And there was a whole Zoom call, and anyway, and they said, "Here's our new directive." So I picked up my dogs, and I said, "My name's Alex, and I've got," and I held up, and I said, "I've got 2 pugs." And everyone went like that. I said, "And I'm not gay." And then the whole company had sexual training the next day. I was the only person in it. Sexual harassment training. I had to learn how to say, And there was me, and there was someone else, and I had to fucking sit there, and they say, well, look, if someone comes in and they don't know the pronouns, you must never go to them. You've got to go to everyone else. Say, I am a him, he, and what are you, and what are you, and go. And I had to do a whole fucking day. I was the only person in sexual harassment training.
And did it help? Do you think?
No, I changed companies. I
changed companies. Got out there.
Yeah, I got out there. Went and changed companies. Yeah. You were saying about being angry.
It's a moment has passed. But did you ever see that video with there's a guy in a food market in China, and it's absolutely brilliant. And maybe I'll like pause the video here and drop it in.
这么一勺子这些玩意你都保不住，叫你换个单，你换什么声控灯呐？哦吼，还是个尖叫弦的。你不说节约成本吗？节约成本也不能这样子节约成本呐。哦吼，你晚上搞得我不是放错醋就是放错油，切个菜把指甲都切了。哦吼，不是来买头灯吗？都是带呀。你见过哪个厨师带着头灯炒菜的？哦吼，你以为是钓鱼嘛？还带头灯？抠门的我见多了，没见过你这么抠门的。哦，赶紧叫个电工师傅过来把灯换了。啊，哦。
Anyway, there's no one from China watching this, well, except for the fucking surveillance. At least they're honest, the Chinese. At least they tell you they're watching you. I mean, the Americans,
That's true.
Not at all, but you know what I mean. But we went down to Chinatown in San Francisco, and we went into some of the supermarkets. Fucking hell.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Never again. Never did I ever think I'll be traumatized by a bucket full of frogs.
They have those, do they? They have all
in
of that.
San Francisco.
Really? I saw that in Asia when I lived there, and but yeah,
big fucking frogs as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's no escaping them. What are they going to do? They're going to get out and then be in the San Francisco city center. They're fucked. Anyway, I think that I don't care what you say. I think the Australians are funny.
Yeah. Such a dick.
And I think the Scousers are funny. But one of the funniest Australians out is Tim Minchin.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think Chris picked this one out, and it's from 2006. It's called You Grew on Me.
But before you read the notes, do you think he's funnier because he lived in London for so long as well?
No, I think he's naturally... No, you can't... You don't do that. That's like cultural... No, I think he's funny because he's funny.
No.
Yeah.
That's like an Englishman coming to America, having good humour and good dental hygiene, right? Maybe he just
better teeth.
Better teeth. Maybe he just went to England because, it's just that's fuck all in Australia, really, isn't it?
You know the crowd.
I'm kidding, Australians. You see, that's English humour. They know that. They know that.
Yeah. Did you think he lived in Earl's Court? You know, that would be the other cultural stereotype, wouldn't it? Yeah,
the Outback Bar. I mean, we're not generalising
at all in the slightest.
We always say that the Chinese, the Chinese.
Oh, do you want to get on to the Russians in a minute?
No, seriously, in London they live in Harrow, right? And that's because they get in the cab, they land and they get in the cab and they go, hello. Just go. But isn't it funny that the Chinese live in Harrow?
Harrow.
Oh shit!
We're going to die. I lived in Singapore for a while, and I used to get around by taxis, and you get in a taxi. And you go, what's it called? River Valley Road. I said, can you take me to River Valley Road? And the guy would go, what? Oh, no, I go, River Valley Road. And I ended up, I literally had to go, can you take me to River Valley Lod? And they go, oh, yeah. And off we go.
It's like those automated shit on the phones.
God, I have such a horrible time with those.
I've got an English, and it said he goes, "Do you want to pay this amount, or the amount due?" So I'll go the amount due, and he goes, "You want to pay this amount?" And because it's American, so I have to go into a cupboard so no one can see me, and I have to become a 1920s New Yorker.
Oh, really?
So I have to, and they go, "What do you want to pay?" I go, "Amount due." You want to pay amount due? Oh, fucking, that is classic. I'm so sorry we've insulted everyone for cultural appropriation, but we are fair. We insult everyone.
Equal offenders, aren't we?
Yeah, we'll shit on everyone, and
they're rude to us as well, so that's fine. We can take
absolutely.
it. Yeah. So,
All right. Let's do this.
So, Chris's notes are very one line. It says, "Can you be funny, romantic, and teach people a little medicine all at once?" And he says, Chris says, one of Tim's best pieces of vocal work. And so, thank you, Chris, for all your help on all these things. You know, we couldn't do it without you. So,
mate.
So,
he's a funny fucker as well, actually, Chris.
He's got a good sense of humour.
He's a bastard to me.
Well, because you annoy the shit out of him, I think.
Oh, I do. Oh, do that. It's funny. All right. I love you, Chris.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
This next song is a love song. I wrote it to redress this myth that love happens at first sight, you know, or that it's better if it happens at first sight. I don't think that thing that happens at first sight is love. I think love, creeps up on you. So this is a song about that creepy uppy kind of love. You grew on me like a tumor, and you spread through me like malignant melanoma, and now you're in my heart. I should have cut you out back at the start. And now I'm afraid there's no cure for me, no dose of emotional chemotherapy could halt my pathetic decline. Should have had you removed back when you were benign. I picked you up like a virus, like meningococcal meningitis. Now I can't feel my legs when you're around. I can't get out of bed, and I left it too late to risk an operation. There's no chance at all of a clean amputation. The successful removal of you would probably kill me too. You grew on me like carcinoma, crept up on me like untreated glaucoma. Now I find it hard to see, and this untreated dose of you has blinded me. And I should have consulted my local physician. I'm stuck now forever with this tunnel vision. My periphery is through. Wherever I look now, all I see is you. When we first met, you seemed fickle and shallow, but my armor was no match for your poison arrow. You are wedged inside my breast. If I tried to pull you out now, I think I'll bleed to death. I'm feeling short of breath. You grew on me like a tumor, and you spread through me like malignant melanoma. I guess I never knew how fast a little mole can grow.
Wow. Brilliant. At some point, that turned into a real song. You could tell.
Yeah.
You know, at some point, I mean, at some point, it must be really hard because obviously with the comedy, you've got to be able to write a great tune and you've got to be comedic on top. But at some point, he made it. You could tell that was a real song to him.
Yeah, no, and yeah, exactly. And that's his absolute superpower is that he can, you know, okay, so people write songs and they write great songs and then they can also play the piano and they can play the piano great. Okay, he does all that. And then he writes a comedy song and, you know, and it's great comedy, but then he puts real feeling. It's got depth to it. It's got, you know, how the hell do you do that? You know,
well,
absolutely unbelievable.
Comedic, I mean, the great, you know, grain of every joke, there's a bit of truth in it, you know, and then, you know, so at that point that, you know, there was a bit of truth in it. It was a love song, but he made it into a comedic love song. And then he brought you back into the real song. I mean, you could take that tune and you could give it to Elton John and Bernie could have written new lyrics on it. It would have been a massive hit. You know, and he could have talked about little tiny dances in your hand or whatever. But no, I mean, like that was a nice side of him because you could see that there's a musician in him, obviously a deep musician, and it must be very difficult. You can't. I think once you're in that genre, how can you write a serious song?
But his I don't know. He doesn't go for the lowest common denominators. I think I don't know. He's got an intelligence to him that is beyond anyone else, I think. And I absolutely love what he does. I really do.
He's like Banksy. Banksy is a street artist, but there's an intelligence behind it. And, you know, it takes it beyond that. But no, that was brilliant. Great vocal performance. You could say, and, you know, obviously the crowd appreciated it. I appreciated it, and so did you. That was a great note. Really great singer. Just fantastic musician. Just a fucking funny musician.
Yeah, and you know, I'm all about audio and stuff. Like a grand piano, I know he uses that the whole time, but it is such a magnificent instrument. You know, it sounds so good. You know, it's just, you know, that is proper, real proper stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed every second of that. So.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Australians, for sending them over to us.
You're not going to stop, are you? You're just not going to stop. You're just going to... Yeah. Comments below, and please address them to Alex. Please, that's him over there, or he might be that side today. I don't know which side he is, but he's the one. Then send him to HR, please.
Thank you very much indeed. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for watching and everything, and thank you, Chris, and thank you, George.
Thank you, Alex. We will. It's nice to be back in the chair again. You know,
back in the chair.
Back in the chair.
Selching everyone. All right. See you on the flip side.
See you on the flip side.